Hi everybody, welcome to Marvel Avengers Alliance on the G4Gs on the YouTubes, and today we're taking the first look at Chapter 11. So, something is a little wrong with my shit, and I'll show you what I mean in a little bit over here. First thing I want to do is go back to the news, because it says Greycloth, Breaker of Wills, and there he is. Awesome skull there. Really like the art on that one. And then we also have Mock, the Breaker of Faith. So I'm going to dive into the heroes first and give you a little bit. That's, of course, what Grey Gargoyle used to be. Cole Borson is fear itself. And today's background soundtrack is brought to you by the original Borderlands 1 soundtrack. And let's take a look at the heroes, because there's a part in this that's just broken for me, and I can't... Where are they? Girth? What? Okay, well, I don't know if the heroes are there for people. But I know one thing is messed up. Maybe because I had done the daily. I don't know if that's messing stuff up over here, but I've had to refresh at least twice. I got in and, Mock was available there on the front, and then it made me refresh again, and then now, of course, Ghost Rider's showing up, but I have a little problem. I can't see two of the squares. And I don't know why this is happening. There is supposed to be a golden weapon here, and I can't see it. And there's Mock. He's a bruiser and a tactician. High health, high stamina, okay attack, very high defense. 1 ISO slot. Blood Oath, chance to perform a follow-up attack when... Oh, I know why, because I have to go to the individual characters. I'm sorry, stupid moment. Okay, yep. I'm just like in the mindset of new hero, and that's not what we need to do. We need to go to old hero and look at the uniforms. Okie dokie. The reason why I was messed up is because the golden rewards aren't showing up for me, and it's just messing up with my thinking. Okay, so here he is. There is the tactician version. There is the bruiser version. It says play season 2. Interesting. Wow, that's really thick, scary legs going on over there. Alright, so Hammer of Mock. We have a Smock Hammer. Ignores defense. That's pretty cool. Pain and internal bleeding, also very good. That works very well against Faiza, as those are things that she cannot fix. Desecration. All enemies get desecrated. Removes and prevents resurrection effects while active. Prevents most healing while active. Removes a large amount of current health when removed by duration or removal effects. This is going to be interesting to see how it goes. Like, will this proc if it runs up against a Warding Essence or a Mystic? Kind of like how Purged does. Will this be removed with Triage? Can this be scrolled off or Light Fantastic'd off and everything like that? It's not bordered, so it may get negated very easily. But then again, if you're using him on offense, you may be able to time it right and have it be good. It's going to be interesting. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about Back for More lately, how it works but doesn't work, works for other people, doesn't work. So Back for More is getting very dividey of the community lately. Hammer and Shield, it's a multifunction. We have Shield Bash. Hemorrhaging attack causes all applications of bleeding to trigger. Treacherous tactics. Melee attacks apply internal bleeding for the whole team. Melee attacks gain a hemorrhaging attack, taking reduced damage from all attacks. I think Spitfire would love the shit out of this. And Black Panther, there's some people that have been saying like Black Panther's been really good lately. Ronin, Might really like that on his level 1, especially if you get a mauling. I mean, anybody could benefit. Hell, you can run this with Pesty, and now Pesty's going to be doing it. Now, if this goes with somebody who already applies internal bleeding, will it apply 2 stacks? That remains to be seen. Worthy Warhammer, Ethereal Strike. Oh, I love you, Ethereal Strike. Thank you, Playdom, for that. Just fucks all those ethereal people up. Damnation causes Desecrated to trigger immediately, prevents Desecrated from being applied. So, it's too small of a piece of damage to be used, like, early in the fight when somebody's ethereal just because they're ethereal. Long cooldown, and then it means Desecrated will never work on them ever again, so that's a little unfortunate. However, with the Peace Pulsar, if your Peace Pulsar goes first, you can make Desecration a quick action, and then you can follow it up right here. That's a wham bam, thank you ma'am, slam a jam right there. He retains his horse. Look at my horse is a nightmare. He's been renamed, so Old Horse, if this works. Valinor gives bleeding and intimidated and cornered. New Horse is Cower, intimidated, cornered, and Soulfire. You know, but as you can see, it's a removable Cower here. Man, that might be really vicious with Kurth. Actually, he'd be teaming up pretty well with Kurth, because Kurth's level 1 would then be applying internal bleeding. It might bring Scrapper Kurth into a little bit of a forefront over there. That's, I mean, here, that Stealthy Psylocke would benefit from it. What? Oh. I was like, where did all his new abilities go? But yeah, Intimidated's pretty cool. That reminds me a little bit of Molly. Cornered and Soulfire, which removes buffs. So that's pretty cool. I could see him getting used. Maybe more so for a good combination of Shield Bash and the internal bleeding. And remember, he's gonna spread internal bleeds like wildfire. Because of the Blood Oath. And he also has Breaker of Faith. And he's a worthy, so Burning, Chill, Poison, Radiation, and Fear out. So that means you can run him on offense with other worthy and not have to worry about cower effects and stuff like that. So pretty neat. I mean, I could see offensively tilted Mockfires? I think Spit Mock is a little better. That is certainly a possibility. Maybe with Interrupty Sweats Devil or something like that. We have no pressure points or opportunist debuffs over here, so this guy's straight up about bleeds. And you don't have to worry about what has happened to the bleed meta, because internal bleeding punches right through all of that. I think maybe Urban Camo Black Panther and Mock could be pretty good. And in terms of ISOs, we're going to have to watch, because it says Valinor triggers Hemorrhage. I don't think this will work in Nightmare. And let me see if I have any of his personal ISOs. There are some ISOs for him hanging around. And I know there is one about, he gets a heal. Yeah, sadly I don't have any of his. We'll have to check the store. I doubt anything will be in the store, but I'll check it. There is one, I believe, for his Atonement. I think he gets a heal off of his Atonement or something like that. But here you can see, Bolstering Fortitude, equipped, protect action, applies second wind effect. But he's not protecting in the new suit. Yeah, I don't have his, I don't have a lot of his personal ISOs, but On Call Could certainly be a thing. So Desecration is just ranged. Melee, not a buff, just melee. Yeah, it's you're not really going to be able to get any of his old ISOs working on him over here. But on call for Nightmare being a quick action, that could be really nice, and I think a lot of people probably would do that for him. So, taking a look at Ghost Rider, we have let's look at him here, low health, okay stamina, very high attack, decent defense, and very high accuracy. That's really good. So the PKB method for him would be a lot of health, a little bit of attack and accuracy, and then topping off defense, leaving evasion alone. Chance to preemptively counter with Cower and Agony, halves the damage from non-hallowed attacks. Man, if he becomes so popular in the meta that people start running hallowed gear, that'd be fucked up. Eye of the Serpent, preemptively counter enemy attacks with Sin. 50% chance to survive being KO'd from an attack, so that's kind of like his own passive, his own ISO being built in there, and he's worthy. So, I have his Bruised Benefit one, but there is one that restores him to life when he dies, similar to Angrier. But unfortunately, I don't think I have it. Yep. Nothing sleeping out at me there, but hey, you know, Bruised Benefit, when he's attacked, that could be interesting. So, he comes in a Scrapper class, and he comes in a Blaster. You know, combining Blaster benefits and Bruise benefits could be kind of interesting. So, Chains of Greythoth. Dark Forces, Malignant Poison, and Sin. Doubling up on this one could be pretty nice. Now, this unfortunately doesn't escalate the way Damnation Chains does. See, Damnation Chains goes from Dark Void, and then to Poison, and then to Soulfire. Here, it's actually all at once. However, you know, Carolina Shields will ignore this, and of course, Cloak and Dagger will ignore it, and a Scrapper against a Cloak and Dagger is really good. But they would still get the Sin and the Malignant Poison. Are you worthy? Let's see. So Melee, Fire, and Shadow. Wow, a Shadow category. That's interesting. Ranged and Psychic. So the ToE would stop this. And other anti-psychic stuff. Deadly crits, guaranteed hit, ignore defense, consumes all stacks of Sin to deal extra damage. Serpent Scrutiny deals extra damage to those deemed not worthy. Feel the burn. One enemy, 3-round cooldown. 3-round cooldown. No cooldown. Melt Armor, weak point. All enemies get Soulfire, they get Pyrophoric, and they get Intimidated. And then we have Willbreaker, which is quick action. All enemies get Broken Will. He gets Spirit of Greythoth. Gains Greythoth's glory equal to the number of Sin effects on all enemies. Increases attack and defense, but doesn't say that it consumes it. So clearly giving him as many extra attacks as possible would be really, really good. So things like Crease Speed, the Wub Wub Cannon, the Shepherd Staff, anything that could accelerate him spreading Sin around. The Infiltrator suit, giving, you know, Infiltrator effects to everybody on the team could certainly be amazing. I mean, 2 stacks of Sin on one target, extra turn, 2 stacks of Sin on another. Really good. I mean, of course, all of this is purgeable, and all of it can be Physed off and everything like that, but he could be powerful. I'm thinking maybe Mach will come out a little bit ahead, because Mach don't care about no purges and everything. It just remains to be seen how heavy we can get Are You Worthy to hit, and how much will Willbreaker, because Willbreaker's up every round, so if you could get a decent amount of stacks of Sin out there, Willbreaker to bump his attack and then follow it up with an "Are you worthy" on a kill target. Could be tasty. I really like his bike in this. I mean, this is some cool graphics. I like the skull. I like the bike. I like the neon yellow piping that they've done here. But there's something that's just really confusing me with the chapter and everything. I mean, nothing is listing any gear. It's just this infused ISO 8 stuff. I mean, deals extra damage to those not worthy. Red, yellow. Maybe there's gonna be tasks for this or something, but I'm a little concerned by the lack of gear. So it's a 21-21 balance. Let's compare it to current PvP items. I got a burst of attacks in the middle of the day today, like 4 in under about a half hour or so. Alright, so they're really weak. That's good. I don't know what happened. I just started taking a bunch of attacks, like, right in the middle of nowhere. I was like, what is going on? Why am I getting, like, 3 matches in 20 minutes? Why am I getting 4 in 30? That's a really ugly-looking kingpin. But, I mean, that's all that it says. Now, there is something here with this mighty axe, which is really cool. Resolute. Grants Resolute immune to opportunist effects to all allies at the start of combat. And it does incapacitation. That's pretty big, because that just turns off the Scroll of Runemeroth for staggered. So if you can't get staggered to hit because of that, that's pretty good. Let's pop at one of these chapters here and see what's going on, but nobody has this issue with the golden weapon and the other reward. Everybody's been able to see it, like, I could see it, here's a screenshot of it, and I don't know why I can't see it. I can't see it on Chrome, I can't see it on Facebook, or the arcade. Reading the plot as it goes here. It's nice to see Enchantress clearly on our side over here. So Union Jack and Captain Britain are in the field along with Spitfire. So it seems to be Excalibur versus the Hellfire Club here. Alright, so defeat 5 Hell Club soldiers. Can't get any reports on the other of the stuff here, just the unlocks. And we're deploying Elsa. That's pretty cool. Glad to see her get something over here. Alright, tacticians and infiltrators, so I think I will go ahead and get my infiltrator suit over here. There's my vortex suit. Get that. Keep the same gear. Keep A-Bomb in because he's leveling. Grab Nightcrawler, he's leveling also. So this should be a pretty good team up. A-Bomb, I'm glad he hit, because A-Bomb has a habit of missing. I mean, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a nuke sometimes. Of course, when I say that, he becomes phenomenal and hits everything. If you haven't played around with your Nightcrawler recently and, like, you've shelved him for something, retouch with your Nightcrawler. He's a lot of fun, and I love his teleport animations. the sound that he does when he does the triple teleport. You know, just the pop and everything. It works out really well with the Devourer. I mean, A-Bomb, you know, for all of his misses that he could do, A-Bomb is still capable of doing a lot of damage. And this is one of my favorite moves from him. When you hear the sound of that ability, I just like it. So we'll just do this first task over here, and we'll see what the second task is, and I'll finish up the video and upload it. I know what the name of the golden chapter thing is. It's the something something sextant, but I'm not too sure about all of the abilities on it. Yeah, it's the golden sextant. All allies gain combat expertise and follow-ups and golden guidance. All allies gain true strike, boom buster, and mighty memes. Good yow. That sounds powerful as shit. Man, people might race to complete the chapter just for that. And my Facebook is all a Twitter with 10 notifications over here. It's probably everybody posting, "The chapter is out!" You know, I'm gonna go on record and say that, you know what? I'm okay with the time it took Playdom to do this. It's fine for me. We're in the middle of a PvP season. I know full well what can happen when they release new shit with 2 weeks left in the season. I mean, hello, Free Action Cosmic Shield. Anybody remember that? I do. And you know, to me, PvP is content. PvP gets me in front of the game and sitting down and playing it and everything. So I consider it something new to the game to a certain degree. Frustrating and sometimes not a lot of fun, but it holds me over a little bit. What I cannot stand is something that got done to Kingfisher recently. He posted on his Facebook the other day that he was incredibly upset with Playdom. And the reason being is that he had asked for a reward for one of his, a refund for one of his suits because it did not do what it was listed to do. And it upset him, and he asked for a refund, and Playdom denied it. In the same breath, I can tell you that I know of somebody who has sent me a direct screenshot of their correspondence with Playdom, bitching about the Bruiser suit and the Blaster suit, and getting an ISO specifically for the Bruiser suit, and then realizing it doesn't work the way the tooltip lists it. And he said, "I felt you wasted my money. I would like my money back on the suit and this ISO because I thought I was buying a Camaro and I got a hoopty." And they went, "Yes, we could certainly understand that. Here's your money." And he got back his gold, and he kept the suit, and he kept the ISO, so he got them scot-free. And now, oh, well, that's well-timed. I guess we're going to find out what the next one is. He got his stuff back, and he kept the rewards, too. So, I mean, he's making out like a complete bandit in this, and yet Kingfisher can't get any money back for his suits. That really irritates me because, look, Playdom, either you do or you don't. Not to sound like Yoda, but you can't half-ass this. You can't sit there and say yes to somebody and no to somebody else, because then you could pit the community against each other. And you have people going, well, I was given, whoops, not 2 hours. I was given a yes, and he was given a yes. Why is this guy getting a no? And I'm not saying I haven't done anything with the suits yet. After JW went through that shit with the suits, I knew better than to buy the Bruiser and the Blaster ones. I wasn't going to attempt it. But that's unfair to do to somebody, and not that Playdom would necessarily know that he is a media figure for the game, and one of the most well-known Marvel Avengers Alliance content producers out there. So it's not like they're gonna go, oh shit, we just pissed off the president or something like that. But that is ridiculous to say yes to one person and no to another for the exact same circumstance. You either say no across the board or yes across the board. You can't piecemeal this out. And his response from Playdom was that, like, the developers are looking into it. But there is no notification that, like, yes, the developers are aware of the wording. We are changing it so that it applies to when the suit is not in mech form. I think if maybe Kingfisher heard that, he would be happier. Like, oh, okay, I just need to wait it out. What Playdom did and his response to him is utter bullshit. And if anybody else has been denied by them when they know of others who have not been denied, then I feel very sorry for you. And I think Playdom support should be held to task for that. And the community should inform them that, no, you can't do this. Either you be universal, yes, or universal, no. Not a little here and a little there. Utter garbage. So, that's my video, guys, and a little bit of a rant over there. And, yeah, if you guys can see the golden weapons, let me know. I mean, I think I have an idea what the sextet does. Sounds awesome, but I don't see any weapon rewards for any of the chapters. Just this weird ISO stuff. So if somebody knows what that is, let me know about that, too. Thanks, everybody. Give it a like if you like it, and hit subscribe if you haven't.